Hello, my name is Benjamin Hart. I'm an American attorney and the managing director of Integrity Legal here in Bangkok, Thailand. On this channel, we discuss U.S. immigration matters a lot. This topic today is one of those, I won't call them rare, but one of those seminal circumstances where immigration law, policy, and politics and international geopolitical relations sort of all collide sort of in a perfect storm, and it all kind of comes under the rubric of immigration. In a recent article from Reuters, August 21st, 2017, U.S. scales back Russian visa operations after Putin cuts embassy staff. It's written by Andrew Osborne and Paulina Devitt. To quote directly from said article, the U.S. Embassy said it was suspending all non-immigrant visa operations across Russia on Wednesday, and that when they resumed issuance on September 1st, they would be offered on greatly reduced scale, quote unquote. Beginning Monday, it would be canceling a number of appointments and asking applicants to reschedule. Basically what's going on here is, in a prior iteration of this article, before it was updated, but before we could make a video on this, they actually said they were just going to stop issuing non-immigrant visas. But then they basically sort of backpedaled from that a little bit and said, okay, we're going to keep issuing them, but it's going to be on a much more truncated scale, and moreover, it would appear that they're only going to be adjudicating non-immigrant visa matters from the U.S. Embassy in Moscow. As most people are aware, Russia is a fairly big country. There are various U.S. consulates. I believe there's one in Vladivostok, St. Petersburg. I think there's other, I can't specifically name every U.S. consulate in Russia off the top of my head, but there are various posts in other parts of Russia, but it would appear that, at least for the foreseeable future, no post other than the embassy in Moscow is going to be adjudicating non-immigrant visa matters with respect to Russian nationals in Russia. It would appear, as of the time of this filming, this isn't going to impact immigrant visas, immigrant visa processing directly, but it remains to be seen how that's going to work. I imagine adjudicatory processing, so-called administrative processing, is going to be more stringent on those seeking immigrant visas in the United States. I also imagine the scrutiny is going to be higher on anybody seeking a visa from Russia to the United States. We're based down here in Bangkok. I don't deal with a great many Russian visa matters, although occasionally it sort of pops up in a third country national context. But that being said, the reason I bring this up is there's another video on this channel. It was just recently put on this channel with respect to restrictions for Cambodian nationals with respect to U.S. visa issuance. I bring this up to note, first of all, as noted in previous videos with respect to Trump policy and the administration's policy with respect to immigration specifically, just across the board, a lot of this stuff is tightening up. It's not particularly region specific. In fact, I think there's been tightening up across the board with respect to immigration regulations and policy, and as a practical matter for that matter as well. And for the foreseeable future, what do I think this is going to look like? I don't think Thailand as a country is going to be particularly adversely affected in these things, but it stands to reason that it should not be expected that the process of obtaining either a non-immigrant or an immigrant visa is going to be particularly quote-unquote easy. I think it's safe to look at this process and these processes in the future as something that's probably a good idea to retain legal counsel on, because it's going to be a complicated matter, complicated endeavor to undertake, and guidance and advice is probably well advised.